Hello, Chicago Bears fans. Welcome to the Bears News Fan Report. If you're a true Bears fan, you already know that we're at a critical moment for the future of our franchise. Before we dive into the incredible updates that are about to shake Chicago, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content about the Bears. Now, let's get into the details of this big turnaround that could be on the horizon for our team. First, we have some impactful news. Micah Parsons, the linebacker from the Cowboys, might be on our team's radar. Sounds surreal? It's not. I'll tell you how the trade negotiations are unfolding and why Ryan Poles has all the tools to make this deal happen. We're talking about a player with over 40 sacks and 240 tackles in less than 4 seasons. Do you think our defense doesn't need him? I don't think so. Now, it's not just the defense that needs reinforcements. What about getting a new leader for the offense? Ben Johnson, the offensive genius from the Lions, is interested in becoming our next head coach. And the best part, the team is willing to wait until after the Super Bowl to make sure he's ours. What does this mean for the future of the Chicago Bears? An elite offense, no doubt. And we can't ignore Caleb Williams, our quarterback. He's been putting up impressive numbers, but the reality is we're leaving too many points behind in the first half of games. With the Vikings' strong defense coming up, will Williams be able to keep the team competitive from the start? We're in the final stretch of the season, and if Williams can dominate the first half, we might finally turn the tide of this season. Are you ready to see an evolution in our quarterback? Or would you prefer to keep battling knowing the team has to react after already being behind? It seems like the Chicago Bears are on the brink of a revolution in every possible aspect: defense, offense, and even coaching. If the move to acquire Micah Parsons is real, it could be just what we need to turn this defense into one of the most feared in the league. And more, the potential deal with Ben Johnson, one of the best offensive coordinators in the game right now, could finally bring the identity of a balanced team, scary both on offense and defense. With Caleb Williams' situation still being a hot topic, the big question is whether he can overcome his first-half struggles. These early mistakes are costing the Bears dearly. However, the next 4 games will be a true test of fire for the future of the QB and the whole franchise. If Williams doesn't resolve his issues early in games, the Bears will face even greater difficulties in crucial matchups. The question is the franchise ready to take the necessary risks? To make the trades that could change the course of the season? What's ahead could be a turning point for the team. Signing elite players like Parsons and possibly reaching an agreement with Ben Johnson are the missing pieces to elevate the team to the level of major contenders. But at the same time, it's essential that Caleb Williams establish himself as a leader from the start, showing he's capable of leading the team through all critical moments. This is a decision-making moment for the Chicago Bears, and everything depends on bold choices and, of course, quick results. The future of the franchise could be shaped in the coming weeks, whether with the addition of a new star or the development of the quarterback who is considered the key to building a new era. If you're a Bears fan, the time to react is now. Now, I need to know your opinion. Are we ready to make these changes, or will we keep waiting? Leave your comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to not miss anything on this journey. Together, we'll change the Bears' history. Go Bears! As a Chicago Bears fan, I feel that we're living in a decisive moment for the future of our franchise. The possibility of seeing Micah Parsons in a Bears uniform is exciting and represents a unique opportunity to strengthen our defense. He's an elite pass rusher, something we've been needing for a long time. Having someone like Parsons could transform our defense, which has been inconsistent, into an unstoppable force. Additionally, with a combination of draft picks and cap space, we have the tools to make this trade happen, and it would be a masterstroke by our management. Now, what excites me even more is the possibility of Ben Johnson as our new head coach. The guy revolutionized the Lions' offense, and if he comes to Chicago, he could transform our team, which has always had a strong defense but lacked a respected offense. We're all tired of being known as a defensive team, and why not also be feared for our offense? He could be the key to that, especially if he can finally develop Caleb Williams. Speaking of Williams, this season is a real test for him. It's impressive what he can do in the second half of games, but the first half continues to be a problem. If he doesn't resolve this issue, we could be facing yet another frustrating season. With the Vikings and other divisional rivals ahead, he needs to start strong and urgently. I believe we're at a crossroads. The pieces to build a successful team are in place, but we need to make bold decisions and get these choices right. The team seems to finally be moving in the right direction, but the pressure is on us, the fans, to follow and support every step. To me, this season is a turning point for the Bears. We'll need courage and vision to make the right moves and reach our potential. As a fan, I'm excited to see what's next, but I have no doubt that it's time to make big decisions and change the narrative of our franchise. I'd say this is one of those moments that will define the future of our franchise for many years. From the days of Sid Luckman, through the legendary 1985 defense, to the constant search for a franchise QB, it seems like the Bears have always been on the verge of something big but never quite made it to the top again. However, what we're seeing now is a convergence of factors that could finally bring the Bears back to the NFL elite. The arrival of Micah Parsons would be a landmark. We could even discuss team chemistry and how he'd fit in, but at the same time, it's hard to ignore the impact that a player of his caliber would bring to our roster. Imagine having a player capable of changing the course of a game with constant pressure on the opposing quarterback. That's exactly what our defense needs to not only be efficient but scary. If Parsons comes, he'll be a key piece in improving the defense, alongside names like Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon, who've shown a lot of potential. On the other hand, we have the offense, which is what really excites me the most right now. The team has always had difficulties in this area, and if Ben Johnson really comes to Chicago, things could change radically. I see a lot of hope in his offensive philosophy. The work he did with Jared Goff in Detroit, elevating him to a level no one imagined, is exactly what Caleb Williams needs. This offense needs to become explosive, dynamic, and, above all, unpredictable. An offense that can put pressure on the opponent from the first quarter, not just wake up after halftime. If Johnson's philosophy is implemented correctly, it could be a game changer for our franchise. But speaking of Caleb Williams, he's still our biggest mystery. It's evident that he has the potential to be the franchise QB we've been waiting for, but he needs to solve those issues in the first half of games. For a team like ours, which has so much history of struggle and overcoming adversity, we need a QB who, when the lights are brightest, can show he can be the leader everyone expects. If he doesn't fix this, our season could be another wasted talent. And honestly, that would be devastating. I see a bright future for the Bears, but it depends on so many variables. If we can make that trade for Parsons, if Ben Johnson comes and can implement his vision, and if Caleb Williams finally breaks through, we could be talking about a competitive team for years to come. But if we fail in any of those areas, we'll be looking at yet another season of broken promises and frustrated hopes. As a fan, I'm rooting for it, but also anxious for real changes, not just on paper, but on the field. Let's see if we can finally, believe me, finally take that big step towards greatness.